Oh my goodness, friends. Um, Facebook Facebook is being absolutely crazy. So now I finally got it to come up, but I can't see the video on my phone at all. So I'm watching myself on the computer, seeing that it's working, but I can't see the video screen on my phone. I have no idea what is going on, except that Facebook has been making lots and lots of updates and changes this week, just in the last few days. It's driving me crazy. I'm not a tech person. So I'm feeling flustered. I was trying to get it all worked out on the computer and I never even thought about going live on my phone. So we are going to do I will do my very best. I've got a really cute card to show you today. I mean, it's just cuteness overload. So hoping this all works out. But I just want to mention a couple things before I get into the demonstration. And on, what's today, Wednesday. Monday's Facebook Live, I did a 6x6 one-sheet wonder with the Happy Forest Friends Designer Series paper. And there are some nice prints in there that are really all occasion prints. And so that's what I focused on. But here's one of them. And there's this delay. So I'm trying to, here's another. And here's another. And it would have posted to my, it's still on the Facebook page. You can go to Click Media, click Videos, and you can find it from Monday. It's ready to go, just about ready to go on my blog. If I hadn't been dealing with all the technical issues here, I probably would have had time to finish the last part. But on that blog post for tomorrow, it will definitely go out, if not later tonight, tomorrow morning. On the blog post, I have not only the cutting dimensions for the 6x6 one-sheet wonder, but I also give you all of the cutting dimensions for the 4 different cards. And you'll want those. They're great cards and great layouts that you can use over and over again with any of your other designer series paper. The other thing I want to mention, and you can find information on stampinpiece.com if you are not on my email newsletter. I did send out an email about my Splendid Thoughts class to go. And I want to mention that the class included a package of the Pool Party and Soft Seafoam cards and envelopes that are in, they're on page 7 of the Sale-a-bration brochure. As of late yesterday, those are completely gone. The inventory of those are completely gone. I have several packs from orders I've placed, so I think I may have enough, but if not, I already have a plan. So the class is going forward. I would just swap out those cards and envelopes for the regular cardstock bases and white envelopes. And then I would let everybody choose a different Sale-a-bration product when they purchase option 1. And that's the full class for the Splendid Thoughts bundle. And I'll just show you some of the cards really quickly. Since I can't see myself, the video taking place, I'm kind of guessing there where I should be holding these. So great cards, 8 different cards you make with that class. So please take a look at all the information on stampinpiece.com. Now, who's ready for tonight's demonstration? Okay, folks, we are just going to go right ahead and we will do the best we can. So thanks for hanging in there with me because, yeah, it's this is crazy. So I'll have to get with some of my Stampin' Up! Leader friends and see if they've come up with solutions for this new whatever that Facebook is doing to us. Okay. All right. So today's featured product. Oh, that has me worn out. I need to take a deep breath. Stella, thank you. You're so sweet. Thanks for your patience. Today's featured products are the Hippest Hippos stamp set and the Hippo dies. Both of these are sale-a-bration products that you can get free. Each one you can get free with a $50 order, or if you have one $100 order, you can get both of these. And that's not going to help you very much to show you, but they're on page 4 and 5 because the camera is backwards. All right, so I just want to show you quickly. I pulled out my Stampin' Blends and I just kind of played with them, which is very typical of what I do when, especially with animals. I'm not sure about the colors and how to mix the two colors, but I'm just going to tell you so you can see the differences. On this one, I colored the hippo with light smoky slate and dark smoky slate. Okay, just the one smoky slate combo. On this hippo, I colored the light with light gray granite Stampin' Blend. Okay, light gray granite Stampin' Blend. And then the darker is the both dark and light smoky slate. And then this one, which I think is really between these two, I think I like this one better. This one I think is just as cute, but you might notice that it does have a little bit different color to it. That's because I colored with just the gray granite Stampin' Blends, light and dark, and that's it. So this is only smoky slate, this is only gray granite, and what I'm going to use tonight is light gray granite with dark and light smoky slate, okay? But this is something good to do when you're trying out different colors. Oh, Ellen, I'm glad you like the middle one the best because that's the one I like the best, and that's what I'll be doing today. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my light gray granite. And you might look at the set and think, oh, that sure is a lot of coloring, Mary, but watch how quickly you can color these. And they're too cute not to get them if you can. All right. Oh, and right here under her little skirt or tutu, this is the bottom of her middle of her belly. And I'm just going to kind of do this assembly line style. I'll color all the gray granite light on all 3 of the hippos. This is weird when I look up at my computer because with everything backwards, since it's not showing me the video screen and I can't flip it, it looks like I'm left-handed, and I am not at all left-handed. I would really struggle if I had to do everything left-handed. Any left-handers out there? And then I'm going to use both the dark and light smoky slate. And first I'm going to use the dark. And that's just my own personal preference to use. And I also turn my images at times. It's just my preference to start with the dark and fill in with the light. Some people prefer to do it the opposite way. There is not a right or wrong answer to that. You just try them out both ways and do what you are most comfortable with. And since I am blending the two shades, I will do both the light and dark smoky slate together on each hippo before moving on to the next one. Oops, went too far. You can use regular basic white cardstock. I actually prefer the thick white when I'm blending, but really either one is okay. And then I'll go back to the dark for the next hippo. You can kind of think under the head, they're going to get a little shadow on the body from the head. So that's why I put that dark space there. And you can see it's going very quickly. You could color these with any of our Stampin' Blends. You could even do some fun colors if you don't want to do gray. You could color with Stampin' Write markers. You could color with our watercolor pencils or blender pens and your ink pads. That's always fun. But Stampin' Blends are my go-to coloring tool. I just like those the best. And probably the watercolor pencils would be my second. And then once you have the dark shade where you want it, just go and fill in with the light shade. And if you start with the light color first, you probably are going to fill in everything with light and then go back and put in kind of like, I guess you'd say like accent marks with the darker shade. But try it both ways with your Stampin' Blends to see which way you prefer, dark then light or light then dark. And honestly, you do get a little bit different look depending on which shade you put down first. The other thing to keep in mind is you can see that some of these areas I'm going over again. If you go over it repeatedly, you keep adding color, so it'll get darker, all right? Okay, oh, one thing I wanted to do here with the dark gray granite is just go under the head because there will be a little shadow there, right? And then for the teeny tiny spaces, I'm just using my Stampin' Write markers. I'm filling in the leaf with Granny Apple Green, and then I'm just going to go right over the stamped stem to make it stand out a little bit more as green instead of gray. And then I'm going to take, oh, here it is. The flower, I'm using Daffodil Delight. This is the dark shade of Daffodil Delight. I'm also going to use this Blushing Bride on each of the mouths. I wanted to show up with some color, but I didn't want something real bold like a bright red. And then lastly, I'm going to color in her little ballet shoes. And instead of coloring in her tutu, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do some paper piecing. And if you're not familiar with paper piecing, it really is quite easy. Paper piecing means you're going to stamp on another color of cardstock or on designer series paper and cut out a piece of the stamped image and then place it onto the stamped image that you'll be using for your card, okay? And I should tell you that I stamped all the hippos with basic gray. I need a little scrap paper too. So I've inked up my stamp and I'm really concerned with just getting that skirt or tutu in there. So this is a great way to use up scraps as well, is with paper piecing. And then I'm just going to use my snips and quickly cut this out. When you're paper piecing, if you go ahead and stamp or cut right on that stamped line, the outline, that works perfectly because when you place this on the larger stamped image, you'll get the lines that are already there. So in other words, if you accidentally cut inside the outline, it's really not a big deal because we have the stamped lines there as well. And then I will just add this with a little bit of multi-purpose glue. And this, the reason I chose this designer series paper, here's the back of it. It's from the Wash in, I think it's called a Wash in Beauty suite. And I chose this because it just has a little texture to it. So it kind of looks like fabric. All right, can you see that? It actually looks like fabric, doesn't it? So that's why I chose to do the paper piecing for this. And now I'm ready to die cut each of these. So in the set, there are so many dies. I'll show you more in a moment. But each of the 3 hippos does have a die to cut it out, which makes me super happy because things like this, I like to pop up with dimensionals. So let me match these up to the right hippos. This is our ballerina. Okay. All of the dies in this set do fit in the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if you have that and that's your preference. I love that in our new catalog, they show us, they have a little icon, a symbol that shows us if all of the dies in a set can be used with the mini machine. Oh, so many of you are on this evening. Thank you for joining me. And despite all of my Facebook issues, I'll have to spend some extra time figuring out what they're doing. I even completely turned off my phone and restarted, and I don't know, and Facebook just likes to make changes without any notice. They just do it. And I know some of you have said you haven't been getting notifications about my lives. So I'm not really sure what to tell you about that. You might go back in where you like the Facebook page, and there may be a drop-down menu there that allows you to select your notifications. All right. So we have the 3 hippo dies that coordinate directly with our hippo stamps. All of the other dies in here are, what do I want to say? They're extras. They are meant to enhance the hippos. And some of them I'll be using on this darling card, but I'll just point them out really quickly. The ones we're using tonight are this, it's sort of like a tub, but you'll see when I make the card, I'm actually using it upside down, and you'll see why. We have an umbrella. We have what I think is grass. We have some glasses. We're using the hearts, and we're using some of the flowers tonight. Now, additionally, there's a boat. You get waves, or this could be, whatever, mountains, earth. There's snorkeling things. There's some water splashing. Here is the, what do you call it? The life-saving ring. This could be used as a party hat, and this could be the topper to the party hat. This could also be like a starburst kind of thing. And then there's some teeny tiny little stars. And if anybody knows what this is, please say so. I'm thinking it's like a little propeller or something for the boat, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you know what that is and feel confident, or you have your own ideas, please say something, because I would love to hear your interpretation of that little die. So because there are so many dies, and in order to save some time, I went ahead and die cut a lot of pieces. But let's go ahead and get started putting our slim card together. Definitely a propeller, Ellen. Thank you. Okay. And Jill says, yes, goes with the boat. Kathy, yes, the propeller. I knew you ladies would be on that and help me out. Now, I did make a sample of this card, but I've changed the DSP that I'm using. And I think you'll understand why I changed it when you see the sample. But I want to finish this card first. So my DSP measures 8 inches by 3 inches. The white behind it is 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. Kathy, that's funny. I also thought that this could be pizza. And I'm sure we can make it look like a pizza, right? But pizza or party hat or a piece of pie, I don't know. And then your card base is 7 inches by 8 1/2. 7 inches by 8 1/2, and then you score it at 3 1/2 inches for a slim line. And then I also have a piece of white for the inside, and that is also 3 1/8 by 8 1/8. And I could have made it 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. Oh, ice cream cone too. Oh gosh, you guys are brilliant. Ice cream cone, yes. And then this could be the ice cream, right? We could put 2 or 3 of those on for an ice cream cone. Lori, I love it. All right. As I was saying, I could have made this just 8 1/4 by 3 1/4, but I decided I wanted it, and see now it's opening the wrong direction. I promise you on my end, it's opening the correct way. But I did it just so that it would be easier. Cut 2 pieces of white the same size, one for the inside and one for the outside. Now, I also cut, and by the way, this is also from the A Wash in Beauty suite, as is this piece. And this measures 3 inches by 1 inch. And I'm just going to tear the top edge off. And this is kind of going to represent my ground or whatever. If you want to fill in that white with some green ink, go ahead. I'm just going to leave it be for now. Most of it gets covered up on this one. If I had more showing, I probably would use my sponge dauber and add some ink so that that white wasn't so stark looking. But as I said, I don't think it's really necessary because we cover up most of it. But I wanted that grass or ground look to it. So here is that little tub, right? It looks like a little wash tub, but I'm flipping it over. So I'm using it more like a stand. And I'm thinking circus, all right? A circus show. That's kind of what came to mind when I was making this card. And you're gonna love it. I know you are. All right, I said I have all these pieces that I need to do some things with. So because they're very small pieces and it's easy to get the glue everywhere, I'm using my silicone craft sheet. I die cut these glasses from the Tahitian Tide cardstock. And I'm just putting one little dot of glue in the middle of the glasses. And he's going to wear these. Or he or she. I think of the Al Roker glasses. Does anybody watch the Today Show? And Al Roker has numerous pairs of glasses, all different colors, and he matches them to his suit or whatever he's wearing. And then I have these pieces, and these are like grassy areas. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on my card front. If you're tuning in late, I was having Facebook issues. They've done lots of updates, and the phone, it's not coming up correctly on my iPhone. It is on my computer, but not on the iPhone. So therefore, everything is backwards right now, and I apologize for that. And hopefully tomorrow I'll get it all figured out. So then my next Facebook Live on Friday, we won't have that problem. So if you're thinking, Mary, you've never been left-handed or your card's opening the wrong direction, trust me, it really is opening the right direction. And I'll show you at the end. But yeah, sometimes, technology, we just have to go with the flow. But I appreciate you jumping on because I expected and even said I would reschedule for sometime tomorrow. But then I thought I had it working, only to discover it was partially working. So I apologize to you, but I really, really, really appreciate your understanding and your patience this evening. So this guy's going to start. We're going to have a little pyramid thing going here, or a little, I guess it's not a pyramid because we just have one on top of the other, but you get the idea. And then this guy with the little Daffodil Delight flower is going to balance on top of our dude with the glasses. And then our hippo ballerina will take the very top here. And isn't she darling? Is that not cute or what? Okay, so Glasses Dude is also going to be holding a heart. The heart was die cut with the Flirty Flamingo cardstock. And our ballerina is going to hold this little parasol. I'm trying to decide what side do I want it on. I think I'm going to put it here. Now, obviously, I want it to look like she's holding it, right? So I want the bottom of the umbrella to be in her hand, paw, whatever. But there really isn't room to put a glue dot or anything else but a fine, fine little bit of multi-purpose glue there. I don't want that umbrella, I don't want the handle of it floating in air, all right? Jill, I love it. So stinking cute. That's exactly the reaction I wanted. Is this not cuteness overload? I told you were getting cuteness overload today. And I've got some of these flowers. And again, all of these things were die cut with the Hippos die collection. I love too, it has the hearts because we can use those hearts for lots of other cards and sentiments and things like that. And I'm going to put a little one on the other side. So we're getting fancy. And you know I'll be giving away this cute card. Okay, and we have a couple extra things left. Here's that little starburst thing or ice cream, or what else do we say? The top of a party hat. It could also be used as a flower, like say, for example, there, or just little stars, could be anything. All right, I'm going to set those aside. I won't be using the rest of those. But this is our card now. I'm not going to put a sentiment inside because I think it can be used for so many different things. But there are 4 sentiments in here. You're always on point. You're so hip. Aw, you really are the best and love you a ton. So lots of cute, or I should say 4 cute sentiments in here. But definitely you could do happy birthday. You could send it to somebody, maybe you're a grandma or grandpa, and you can send it to children saying, we're coming to visit, or let's have a day at the zoo, all kinds of things, right? Or just a fun card. Kids love to get cards in the mail, but even an adult, I would love to receive a card like this. So I know there's many other adults out there. As far as the slimline cards, mailing them, you can use a standard business envelope, a standard letter envelope that you can get at any office supply store or any big box store, okay? I got to show you my other card. Okay, my sample card is very much the same, all right? However, I used this paper, this DSP, for the background. Which do you prefer? When I finished this, I had a vision. I love the small print and the flowers and the colors. I thought, oh, that'll be so neat. But when I finished, I looked at this and thought, it's just a little bit too busy for me. So that's when I decided, you know what? I'm going to switch the background to some kind of blue. And lo and behold, the back of this piece is the blue. So I'm with you. Right now I'm seeing blue background from all of you. And I'm right there with you. The blue background is my preference over the other one. Like I said, I like that print. I just think it's too busy. I think we have so much going on with the 3 hippos that we don't need all that busyness. We need something more subtle in the background. All righty. And you all like the blue too. Good. And slimline cards are so much fun, right? They're easy to make. 7 inches by 8.5. You score on the short side at 3.5, and there you go. And you can make your layers the different sizes. Typically, my main layer is 8 inches by 3 inches, and then I mount it a size up. Okay. All right. Any questions about this demonstration, the Hippest Hippos stamp set and hippo dies? Keep in mind that during celebration, the celebration rewards gifts are while supplies last. So if you have your heart set on these or something else in the celebration brochure, I would encourage you to order sooner rather than later if you can. The pool party and soft seafoam notes, cards and envelopes are gone. And as of yesterday, late yesterday. So that's kind of disappointing. But as far as I know, everything else is still available based on today's demonstrator updates. All right, who would like to receive this card? Anybody? I have a feeling a few of you would like it. If you would like to receive this card, please type in the comments, Hippest Hippos. Hippest Hippos. Oh, Nadine, I love that. Moi. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Nadine. I have to remember her last name. Nadine Scouten. Nadine has been watching me online, and she, after watching me for a while, has decided to use me as her Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And we talked last night, and it was just a nice chat. She lives in North Carolina. I'm in Ohio. But it was just a nice chat, a nice connection. We got to know each other a little bit. So in addition to being grateful for her order, I really appreciate that she took the time to get to know me a little bit and allow me to get to know her a little bit. Because I do really enjoy the personal connections I make through my Stampin' Up! Business. All right, everybody, have a great Wednesday evening. Thanks for hanging in there with me with all these Facebook Live issues happening. And I look forward to seeing you on Friday at 2 p.m. for another creative project. I'm not sure what that will be yet. I have a few things in mind. And also, if you're ever interested in seeing something in particular, a product, please let me know. I don't purchase everything, but if I have that product, I'd be happy to show it and use it in a Facebook Live. All right, everybody, good night. Enjoy the evening, and I will see you Friday.